Namaste, Jai Bharat. There is a talk about Hindu Rashtra. Of course, there is a talk about Hindu Rashtra. And the politicians, the political parties, who are many times instruments in the hands of agencies who doesn't want Bharat to be upcoming, strong. They still believe or still practice, it appears, the political theories of either Francis Bacon or Machiavelli, where lies and deceits play serious games. The hegemony of lies and deceits. Hegemony is a much later coined expression, especially from Antonio Gramsci, where he defines it beautifully. He says that that's intellectual legitimization of social domination of force. And how intellectually legitimize social domination can be through the Baconian, Machiavellian methods of lies, deceits, and making people believe that the ruler is appropriate ruler who deserves to be in the rule. So that's through lies, deceits, etc. Similarly, there are the opposition and some people in the politics who want to threaten the people of Bharat that the Hindu Rashtra would mean the non-Hindus would vanish and disappear from Bharat. They will have no space to exist. Of course, here you understand the concept of Hindu. They understand the concept of Hindu in a much narrower sense than what the Hindu Rashtra, when you speak of Hindu Rashtra, what Hindu means in that larger concept of Hindu Rashtra. You imagine, you just see some examples of the past. There was a Citizen Amendment Act which the government was trying to bring in, and then the propaganda, the lie, deceits, and hegemony was that if the Citizen Amendment Act comes into practice, all Muslims of Bharat will have to go. They will cease to be the citizens of Bharat, or that they will lose their citizenship. But that really was not the case. But the lies and deceits, hegemony went on, to the extent of paying people. Of course, I don't think how many people must have volunteered, paying people to sit on dharna, on strike at Shaheen which was there in front of us. Then there's another thing, the non-farmer farmers. I call them as non-farmer farmers because none of them were really farmers who came to create a farmer agitation which was very structurally sponsored, pattern sponsored. That went on for quite some time. All this had one intention of destabilizing the strength that Bharat is acquiring. Of course, they're scared of a strong government because no one else can make them act like puppets. That's precisely what many people want. And the inside elements who are Bharatiyas, who are not bothered with the future of the nation, but simply bothered with their own comfortable existence and their authority, the power which they want to acquire at any cost. Now, similar is the case of Hindu Rashtra. What is a Hindu Rashtra? What is a Hindu Rashtra? Yes, of course. Let me speak at the very outset that Bharat was a Hindu Rashtra, is a Hindu Rashtra, and will continue to be Hindu Rashtra, where we don't understand Hindutva as or Hindu as a religion in the narrow sense. Hindu is a Sanskriti. Hindu is a Sanskriti. And the Sanskriti is not a simple Sanskriti. It's a Sanskriti that is based on a knowledge tradition. The Hindu Sanskriti is based on the Veda-Upanishadic knowledge tradition. And this Sanskriti also has a transcendental longing, something like a fundamental intentionality towards the ultimately real. For us it is Brahman in the Upanishadic terms. So it's a Sanskriti. And this Sanskriti has nothing to do with any religion. Albeit, the Sanskriti evolved from the Veda Upanishadic knowledge tradition. And here, of course, one must clarify the Vedas and the Upanishads, or most of the texts, are not religious texts as you understand what a religious text as a religious text. They are not religious texts. You can only call them as knowledge texts which imparts knowledge. And many times of rights, wrongs, of continuous reflections, etc. They are knowledge texts at the deeper level. So they don't reduce them into a religious text. If you attempt to look at the Veda Upanishadic knowledge tradition with the narrowed eyes of religion, the religion concept we don't have. We have the concept of dharma, which simply gets translated as religion. If you look at the Veda Upanishadic knowledge tradition with the yellow spectacle of religion, then it is reductionism of the bitterest order. It's absolutely miserable kinds of reductions. You are destroying a knowledge system. You are doing such injustice to a knowledge tradition which is unpardonable. Bharat is a land of Sanskriti. The unity of Bharat is through Bharatiya Sanskriti. And Bharatiya Sanskriti is there in every Bharatiya. It has nothing to do with religion. Don't do the mistake which Pakistan teaches their people. Pakistan, not as a nation, the Maulavis or the custodians of religion in Pakistan will teach people that Islam is a culture. It can't be the case. Their culture is Bharatiya culture, Sanskriti. The culture word and Sanskriti, the two different things. But then, for want of another term, we use the word English. They're two different things. So they say Islam is a culture, but that's not the case. There's nothing like a culture of religion. Islamic culture, if you want to say, then it should be Arabic culture, which they are not, and they can't be. They're basically people of Bharat, people of Pakistan. Many of us must be blood relations. Who knows? Who knows? Couple of generations back, they must have been related to us. We must have been brothers or sisters. We don't know. But it's all possibilities, the same people. They inherited the same Sanskriti. Sanskriti is something richer, much richer than religion. Religion is only faith system. And the faith system has nothing to do with Sanskriti. In spite of multiple faith systems, we share the same Sanskriti. Look at Bharat. Look at the Sanatana Dharma. Look at the Hindu Dharma. We already have multiple faith systems. We have multiple faith systems, multiple deities, multiple manners of worshipping, multiple ritualistic patterns, multiple kinds of narratives, but they coexist because they belong to one Sanskriti. Among these multiple faith system of Sanatana Dharma, if 2 more faith system, 3 more faith system, 5 more faith system comes, makes no difference. But when they adopt a new faith system, they are the people of Bharat, or they are the people who belong to a certain Sanskriti changing their faith system. They only change their faith system. They don't change their Sanskriti. They can't change their Sanskriti. If you have to change your Sanskriti, it will take generations of existence into a different Sanskriti in a rootless manner. But if you remain rooted in the Sanskriti, no matter where you live, so no matter how many generations, you would continue to continue to practice the same Sanskriti. That's the dynamics of Sanskriti. It will develop. It will develop through alternations, commutations, permutations and combinations. All these things will go, but it will still remain the same Sanskriti. So when you say Hindu Rashtra, it is Hindu Rashtra because with the Sanskriti or in front of the Sanskriti, in the terms of Sanskriti, all people in Bharat are Hindus. As a Sanskriti, your faith system doesn't matter. Your faith system is irrelevant. Whether you have faith or not, it's absolutely irrelevant. You might believe in God, you may not believe in God. You may practice, you may not practice. You may be ritualistic, you may not be ritualistic. Whatever. But your Sanskriti remains intact, irrespective of whether you even believe in God or not. Then forget about having multiple faith systems. We already have multiple faith systems among the Sanatanis. Someone believes in Vishnu, someone believes in Krishna, though they are the same. Someone believes in Shiva, and someone believes in Devima. Someone believes more in Ganpati, and someone believes in Kartikeya. And someone believes in something else. We have no dearth of deities. We really have no dearth of deities. We have so many deities to believe in, and every belief is absolutely right. one not contradicting with the other faith system. This is Bharatiya Sanskriti, and this has nothing to do with practicing or rituals or the faith system or your whatever kinds of practice, but you still inherit the same, and that is Hindu Sanskriti. Therefore, naturally, Bharat is a Hindu Rashtra, was a Hindu Rashtra in that sense of the term, is a Hindu Rashtra in that sense of the term, and will ever be a Hindu Rashtra only in that sense of a term. Don't confuse. Hindu Rashtra doesn't make any sense in the religious connotatives. It's not religiously connotative. Sanskriti is something else. So we shall meet again with some other. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.